guys, welcome back to the channel, Daughter of Increase. My name is Denise for those of you who are new to the channel or who just happened to stumble across this video. And I post new videos every Wednesday and Saturday all about my faith, God, Christ, and expanding the kingdom of God. And I do that through Bible studies, book reviews, discussions, and more. So as the title says, this is going to be my May TBR, and I was going to combine this with my April and March wrap up, but that video was already about 20 minutes long, so I separated them into two different clips, or two different videos, excuse me. So that's why you're seeing the same outfit like 4 times, because I recorded like 4 videos on the same day. Yes, I'm energized, I'm excited. So if you guys don't know how I normally do this, I normally just have this cup and it literally just says DOI TBR game. If you guys can come up with a cool catchy name for the game, that would be great, because I don't really know. It's just the game of TBR. And inside I have all of these little papers, and I also have another baggie with like extra prompts, but I shuffle this up and I pick about 4 to 5 prompts out, and I try to match books to the prompts to read them. So you know, sometimes there's prompts like read a book with illustrations, read a book with just words on the title, read a book with a number in the title, read a book that starts with this letter or this letter through a color generator, a number generator, things like that. So that's how that goes. And I actually ended up doing that for the month of March. So for Arcade and the Triple T coin, I ended up picking the prompt read a book with an animal on the cover. I actually recorded that video and then trashed it because you guys know April was crazy, so I had that. So I did complete that because on the cover there is a dog. And then I don't know if this one had a prompt to it. I don't think it did. I think, trying to see if it was a prompt that I had for this one. Nope, this one did not have a prompt. So yeah, I only completed one of the prompts that I picked out. And again, I excused myself because I was going through for the month of April. So yeah, I'm now gonna take this and stick it into this because this just says DOI used TBR prompt. So the ones that I've already used are in here, and I have another baggie, a Ziploc baggie with more prompts in it. So yeah, I'm just gonna put this on the table. It's empty now. I'm going to shuffle this up. I should change the prompts out, but I'm not going to. Shuffle it up, and then I'm going to put them back in. I'm going to pull out... I'm going to pull out 5. I'm going to pull out 5, but the goal is to complete 3. And then whichever 2 I don't complete will be moved to the next month. I think I'll do it that way. So starting off with the first prompt, and hopefully it's nothing crazy and nothing hard because, yeah. The first one says, read a middle grade book. Of course, read a middle grade book. So we can do that. I can definitely do that. Let's go to the middle, to this one. Read a book written by 2 or more authors. Okay, that's 1, 2. I'm trying to keep them in order. I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom. I'll take that one. Read a book with illustrations. Oh my god, this, I don't know. Read a book with illustrations. I actually have one for that. Okay, read a book with illustrations. The fourth one, I'll pick from the middle. Read a nonfiction. And the 5th, I'll go a little deeper. A little deeper. Read a backlist release. Oh, that works. Okay, so read a backlist release. So I'm going to go grab these books and then come back and tell you guys my complete TBR, including the other books that I don't have that will fit these prompts, if that makes sense. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I'm having quite a problem looking for a book with 2 or more authors that's physical, as well as a book with illustrations. I could go with the Rashad Jennings, but I don't want to do that audiobook version. So I'm going to actually put these 2 prompts back in the cup and just pick out 2 more prompts. So that's what I'm going to do, because I'm literally like struggling to find a book with 2 or more authors. So just going to pull out whichever one. Oh god, there's 2 here, I think. 2 prompts. And I'm putting the other 2 back in. Okay. So first we have this one. Please don't be anything complicated. Read a book with... Oh, read a book you have high expectations for. Okay, I got a book for that. Great. And then read a book with gold lettering. Oh my gosh. Read a book with gold lettering. I have a book for that. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. It took me a little bit of a time to do that, but I have my selections here, but I'm gonna talk about the first two books that are not a part of this sort of like TBR game. So the first book I'm going to be reading is my buddy read with Steph for the month of May, and it's going to be Demon by Tosca Lee. Now, the plan was to have a physical copy, but I haven't ordered it yet, so I'm just going to do the ebook or the audiobook through my local library. And yeah, I'm excited for that because you guys know I love Tosca Lee. I have Iscariot, which I enjoyed, Harper, which I loved, and then I have the Legend of Sheba, which I also enjoyed. So I just need to read Demon. I'm super excited to dive into this. I'm not sure if this is classified as biblical fiction or not. I'm not really sure of the genre. I just know that I want to read it. Ever since I read the Screw Tape Letters, I'm interested in reading books kind of in that sort of feel. So I'll put the genre on the screen, but I'm definitely going to be reading that. Actually, this coming Monday, I think, me and Steph. Are we going to be reading that this coming Monday? We always read it the second Monday of the month. That's like the week that we buddy read for 4 days. So yeah, that'll be the book for that. And then the next book I have is this book that y'all seen like 30,000 times, which I still haven't read, but it's A Friends and Followers by S.A. Jewell. It's biblical fiction following a woman named Miriam, who's a widow in Judea, and she goes to Capernaum. She lives as a beggar, and then she begins to meet other people. She begins to meet Jesus, and it's just her and her friends finding something to believe in, which is Jesus, and if they can overcome the doubt and treachery that lurks in Jerusalem. So yeah, it's a big book. It's almost a tome pretty much. I consider a tome to be over 500 pages. This is 415 pages. It has been divided for a while, so we got this book. Okay, there we go. So moving on to now the actual books that go along with the prompt. So for the prompt of read a middle grade book, I have The Edge of Everywhen by S.A. Mackey. This is middle grade fantasy, Christian fantasy. So it says, hello reader, I am honored to know you. Tragedy is sometimes followed by mystery. At least that's what faces 13-year-old Piper and her brother Phoenix, who has autism. Mourning the loss of their parents, they must move 1,000 miles away to live with their insufferable Aunt Beryl, but it is in their aunt's cavernous library that Piper and Phoenix hear a mysterious book calling to them. Its name is Novus Fabula, and its story will change their lives forever. Join Piper and Phoenix in the Verboten Library as they begin an intriguing journey of grief, wonder, and the search for truth. If you stand with them at the edge of Everywhen, you might discover the story you need to hear as well. So I'm excited to dive into this. I did receive this, I think, last year. You know what? I'm a little upset. Yeah, I got this last year because I would count this as illustrations, but there is a map of the villa, so I'm kind of upset. But it's okay. It's all right. I like that the font is really big, so that's awesome. I'm excited to dive into that. So that's the book I'm picking for the middle grade book. Stick my prompt back inside. Okay. Then for the next prompt, I have read a book you have high expectations for. And for that, I have Frank E. Peretti's This Present Darkness. I want to read this because this is a thriller, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's a thriller. It says that Ashton is just a typical small town, but when reporter Marshall Hogan and Pastor Hank Boucher begin to compare notes, they suddenly find themselves fighting a hideous plot to subjugate the townspeople and eventually the entire human race. This offers a fascinating glimpse into the unseen world of spiritual warfare and the power of prayer. So definitely he's along the lines of Ted Dekker. I've heard people talk about this book a lot. So I'm super excited to dive into this, especially because him and Ted Dekker also did a sort of collab on a series that I want to check out, but I want to read his individual work first because I know I love Ted Dekker. So I'm excited to dive into this. It is a thick boy. It is mass market, but it's a tome. It's over 500 pages. Oh god, why did I pick this book? Why? It's 508 pages, and it's just the first book. There are other books in this series as well. If I'm not mistaken, there's another book to this. But yeah, this Present Darkness. They did have the regular paperback edition, but I like the mass market paperback cover better than the paperback. So yeah. And I got this from Barnes & Nobles. They did have this one in the regular paperback, but I got this one instead. So I'm not sure if this is a part of a series or not, but yeah, and it's published by Tyndale. So we have that. Then the next one was to read a book with gold lettering. I was having an issue with this because I was originally going to go with this one because it does have gold lettering, but I found a book and I'm super excited because it's actually historical fiction, and I love the first one, which is Hair Burns My Candle by Liz Curtis Higgs. So I'm going to go with Mine is the Night by Liz Curtis Higgs, and it's the continuation of that book. It's only a duology. So yeah, this is sort of historical fiction retelling of the story of Ruth, and I loved book one so much. I didn't realize how much I loved it. It does take place overseas. Let me see. 1976. I'm not sure if it tells me the location. I do not know what that is over there in Ireland, probably Scotland, somewhere in those areas. But it is part 2, and I'm just going to read the little blurb at the top. I'm not going to read the synopsis because I don't want to spoil myself, but it says, she lost everything she loved. He had everything she needed, but could she find the courage to trust him? So, yes. Oh, Scotland. Yep. So it's set in 18th century Scotland, so I was right. I knew it was one of them places, but yeah, I'm excited for this, and it is gold foiling, if you can see. And it is the second and final book in that the Hair Burns My Candle duology, and I love this. I gave the extra copy I had to my brother's girlfriend. She read it, she loved it, so I'm excited to dive back into this world this month and see what I think. This is definitely a great duology. But Mine is the Night. Mine is the Night is the next book. Then I also had the prompt of read a nonfiction. So for that, y'all gonna be sick of me posting this book because I done posted this book up like so many times. Hi. Victory Over the Darkness by Neil T. Anderson. The updated revised edition. I do have the old one. I'm trying to see if I can find it to show you guys. I literally cannot find that book. But this is the revised edition of it. So yeah, I have already read up to chapter 5 already. Chapters 1 through 4 is annotated all the way, but I am rereading it currently, so I'm starting at chapter 1 again. So we're just starting over. We have that. And when I get through that, I want to pick up Faith from Almost Impossible to Hopeful by Everetta Harper. This is actually my old youth pastor who is now a pastor. I'm a full pastor of a church, and I am just excited to read this book and get some insights from her. I love her spirit, and I still talk to her to the day. We actually don't live too far from each other. She's about a good 5-10 minutes from me via walking. She has been texting me lately. I love her. She has helped instill some things into me when I was younger. So yeah, I'm excited to read this book and see what God has had her pour out into this book. So yeah. Okay, and then the last prompt I had is to read a backlist release. And a backlist release, is it going to focus? Okay, so a backlist release is basically a book written prior to 2020. So we're currently in 2021, so I would say a backlist is anything like 2019 back. So I have 2 options because one I have to do a reading log for, and the other one I definitely was supposed to read like last month. So this one is backlist. It was from 2018, and it's this Crescent Stone by Mikalatos. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but this is YA Christian fantasy, and y'all know I'm looking for a lot more fantasy books that are Christian because I love fantasy as a genre in general. But yeah, I did contact the author himself because I do have e-arcs of the 4th and 3rd book, or the 3rd and 2nd. I think the 3rd book. I don't even know if there's 4 books. I have an arc of the 3rd book, if I'm not mistaken. So I reached out to him to get a copy of the 1st and 2nd book. He did send me a paperback copy of the 1st book, so I will be picking up the 2nd book. But yeah, it says The Crescent Stone, the power has its price. On the back it says, a girl with a deadly lung disease, a boy with a tragic past, a bargain that brings life but may cost more than anyone can imagine. Madeline Oliver has never wanted for anything, but now she would give everything just to breathe. Jason Wu skates through life on jokes, but when tragedy leaves him guilt-stricken, he promises to tell only the truth no matter the price. When a mysterious stranger named Hanali appears to Madeline and offers to heal her in exchange for 1 year of service to his people, Madeline and Jason are swept into a strange land where they don't know the rules and where their decisions carry consequences that reach farther than they could ever imagine or ever guess. Excuse me. So I'm excited to dive into this. This is like another tome. I don't know what I'm thinking with all these big books this month. Yeah, so the second book is called The Heartwood Crown, and it came out in 2019. So this one came out 2018. So this is definitely a backlist for sure. And then I picked the second book in case I really feel like reading a lot this month. And that's going to be Angela Hunt's The Egypt Sister book, which is book 1 in the Silent Year series. I did end up reading book 2 already, so I want to read books 1, 3, and 4 so that I can move on to her latest what is it, trilogy here. Book 3 is missing because it's over here, but yeah, this one is all about Cleopatra. So it says, you don't know her name, the world remembers only her greatest friend, Cleopatra. Raised together in an Alexandrian palace, Chava, I believe, the Hebrew daughter of the royal tutor in Urbi, an Egyptian princess, become as close as sisters and the rivals with their dreams of greatness. When Urbi unexpectedly ascends the throne as Queen Cleopatra, Chava believes their bond is strong enough to survive, but absolute power has a way of changing everything. The ultimate betrayal rips Chava from everything she's ever known and sends her to the lowest rung of Roman society, where she must choose between love and honor, between her own desires and God's will for her life, if she hopes to rise again. So it sounds really interesting, and this is biblical fiction. This came out in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2017. So 2017 and 2018. So quite a lot of books, right? So we're going to prioritize this. So I for sure have to read Demon and Friends and Followers. Those are like automatic for me. So that's 2 books already for the month. I'm not too concerned about The Edge of Everywhen, so we can put that to the side as like hopefully but not dying. This Present Darkness is a must, so that's 3 books. Definitely Mine is the Night, that's 4 books, gotta read that. My nonfiction definitely will be read, and then definitely Crescent Stone. So the 2 books that I'll throw to the side if I don't complete will be Egypt's Sister and then Edge of Everyone. But this would be the only one with an actual prompt, so I'd be completing all but 1 prompt, if anything. So that's how we're gonna do that. But yeah, I'm just gonna organize these books in a particular order that I think I want to read them in. I'm gonna save this book for the end of the month because I probably should read it at the beginning, but we'll save it for the end. All right, so I have the books in order of how I want to read them. So yeah, that is it for this video. If you guys have read any of these books, let me know. And if you're interested in reading blogs for any of these, let me know. I definitely will have a reading blog for the Crescent Stone because I told the author that I would do that. So I'm definitely going to do that for him this month. And probably also for this Present Darkness because I'm excited to see what this is about. But other than that, that is it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for rating, commenting, subscribing, and all that great stuff. And I'll chat with you guys in the next video. Bye.